Welcome to each and every one of you, and thank you for joining us on this chilly afternoon to celebrate the groundbreaking of Fayette County Public Schools' first middle school in almost 20 years. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the fact that we learn and work together in this building. It's being built and sits upon the traditional territory and lands of the Osage, Shawnee, Cherokee, and Udinu and Hopewell peoples. Strong schools are led by strong superintendent and school board teams. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our current school board. We have with us today Chair Tyler Murphy, Vice Chair Amy Green, board members Marilyn Clark, Amanda Ferguson, Tom Jones. I believe, I have not seen her, but she RSVP'd. I'm sorry. We also have former board members who actually served in the fall of 2022 when this school was approved. Ms. Christy Morris and Stephanie Spires. And Melissa Bacon also RSVP'd. I'm not sure if she made it or not, but I would also like to acknowledge our elected dignitaries that are present. Mayor Linda Gordon, Council Member Kathy Plowman, is she? Representative Cheryl Stevenson, Representative Layman Swan, Representative Killian Timoney, Senator Donald Douglas, Senator Reggie Thomas, and Sheriff Kathy Witt. Thank you all for being here.
As I look, Denise Gray.
And Councilmember Denise Gray. Thank you for being here, Denise. As I look across this crowd, there are also several leaders and advocates within our school district and throughout our community, including community partners from industry, housing, houses of worship, nonprofit organizations, and many more. And although I do not have the time to introduce each and every one of you, and more than likely would miss someone like I did Kathy, I would like to thank you for your commitment to furthering the education of the children of Fayette County and appreciate your support today. The first speaker on our program is the Fayette County Board of Education Chairman, Tyler Murphy. Mr. Murphy is a Nationals Board Certified Teacher at Boyle County High School, and he was first elected to the board in 2018. He was re-elected for another 4 years in November, and has served as chairman of the board since January of 2021. Chairman Murphy.
Thank you, Dr. Liggins, and thank you all for being here to celebrate another remarkable chapter in the story that is Fayette County Public Schools. Today we recognize the breaking of ground for our newest campus and newest middle school. This project also represents the final project from the 2017 District Facilities Plan, officially completing our work for that phase and positioning us to address other existing and future needs. And we enter that position on strong footing, thanks to the incredible support of our community, who has steadfastly committed itself to our public schools, who has recognized time and time again that our public schools and the services that we provide are our best and most significant investment, and who, even in times of division and discord, turn to our public schools as a unifying force of support, of good, of optimism in our community. And for that, we are very grateful to Fayette County. Today, I want to acknowledge the members of the Board of Education who supported this work and paved the way for this project to move forward. Amy Green, Tom Jones, Christy Morris, and Stephanie Spires, who were on the board who approved this initial project. And we're all excited for the opportunity to continue this important work forward with new members of the Board of Education who are here as well, Miss Marilyn Clark and Amanda Ferguson. Thank you all for your service. We know that every child in Fayette County Public Schools deserves to learn in a building that prepares them for the future. And the design of this building was motivated by that very goal. And it included the voices of educators and various stakeholders in a steering committee that met 13 times over 7 months to review 9 different design concepts with multiple variations. This underscores our Board of Education's ongoing commitment to be transparent and engage with stakeholders at every single level. And we stand on ground that was once counted among the horse farms that define so much of this landscape, and that history has influenced the design of this building. Its design also looks to the future, providing space for collaborative learning spaces and implementing elements that strive toward a lessened environmental footprint. But as we know, a school community is not simply held together by bricks and mortar. It is connected by the relationships in our building forged by our staff, many of whom are represented here today, our families, and our community partners who are also represented, all of whom make what happens in these buildings possible. And it is connected by learning ignited in the hearts and minds of our students. As we recognize the breaking of ground here today, it is worth noting that the 6th graders who will be starting here in the fall of 2025 will be entering their retirement in the 2070s. And I don't say that to make any of you feel old here today. But think about that. That'll be a century removed from the generation who went to the moon and who so boldly broke barriers in Little Rock, in Selma, and at Stonewall. We may not yet know the new frontiers that they will explore. We may not know the records that they will break, and we may not know the barriers that they will dismantle in our ongoing work to recognize our shared and common humanity. But the enduring qualities of creativity and critical thinking that will be nurtured and skilled by capable hands in our buildings will equip them to succeed in any future that their imagination, their energy, and that their passion will create. And that's the story that is truly groundbreaking. Thank you all for being a part of this endeavor.
Thank you for that message, Chair Murphy. Next, it's my honor to ask Lexington-Fayette County Mayor Linda Gorton to share some remarks. Before she became mayor in 2019, Mrs. Gorton was the longest continuously serving member of the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Council. She is one of the first people to extend a warm welcome to me when I arrived as the new superintendent of Fayette County a couple of years ago. And she's proven to be an ally during my first few months and continues to be so. She was reelected just this past year, and we look forward to continuing our work together for the children of our county. Mayor Gordon.
Probably shouldn't touch it. Thank you, Dr. Liggins, very much for that. We do have a really strong partnership and good relationship for our community here. And I just want to again thank Councilmember Plomin and thank Councilmember Gray for being here. We are right now in Councilmember Plomin's district. So I know that she's excited that we are having this groundbreaking here. I am honored to be here at the future home of a new middle school. And you all know that in Lexington, education is a top priority. It is no secret around the country that we are one of the most highly educated cities in the United States, and we like to keep it that way. We want our children to have the best educational opportunities. And I know that Fayette County Public Schools works toward that goal every day. This new school is located in one of the very fastest growing areas of our community. It's easy to understand why 3 out of the last 4 schools to open in Fayette County are located in the Hamburg area. However, this is our first new middle school in more than 2 decades, as you heard before. This new state-of-the-art school has been designed to promote exploration, collaboration, and innovation. It will provide students with educational and extracurricular activities and opportunities in focus areas such as the arts and technology, and that is super exciting. We all want the best for our children. I am so excited to see the opportunities this new middle school will bring to the youth of Lexington. And yes, we are all in this together. And I cannot wait to come back and help cut the ribbon on this beautiful school. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your words, Mayor Gordon. Our next speaker is Alan Stein, past chair of the Commerce Lexington, who was one of the primary leaders of the It's About Kids and Where They Learn campaign, which brought together the business community, the Building Industry Association of Central Kentucky, and the Bluegrass Realtors Association to support a historic investment in school construction and renovation. That effort in 2007 allowed the district to not only build new schools and keep up with enrollment increases, but also invested in modernization and replacement of the existing schools. In all, 34 schools are either new or have been brought up to the 21st century standards for a total investment of $557 million, which would actually be $1.5 billion in today's currency. Mr. Stein.
Thank you, Dr. Liggins, Mayor Gorton, Chairman Murphy. Tyler, I really want to thank you for that reference to the 70s. Having been a 1970 graduate of Henry Clay High School and leaping that 100 years forward certainly makes me feel young today. It really is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today representing the business community and specifically Commerce Lexington. It's been our good honor and a very important part of what we do in the business community to be able to support public education here in Fayette County. It's very clear that what we do as a community is make an investment. And when the business community steps up and takes leadership, as we did in 2007, and again, later, a few years ago for our safety tax, it was not because we thought it was something that should be done. It was because we recognized it was an investment in making Lexington the great community that we all know it is and can be and will be into the future. So I'm proud to be able to say to you today that the business community will continue that effort and will always support public education, investing in our children, making sure that we continue to be the highly educated community that we are, and developing workforce opportunities and development for all of those who will continue to live and work here is the key to what we as a community in the business world can do. So I'm proud to be here a partner of this today. My first groundbreaking was in 1968 at what we now know as the new Henry Clay. And We hope to be able to continue to support these new buildings as they come online. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Mr. Stein. Greatly appreciate that partnership. I'm excited to continue to work along with the Chamber of Commerce, and the doors of opportunities for our students are endless as you guys continue with your support, so thank you again. At this time, it is my honor to introduce District 3 Board Member Tom Jones, whose area of representation includes the land in which we are gathered on today. Mr. Jones retired from the Fayette County Public Schools after 27 years of service, including time as an English teacher at Bryan Station High School, assistant principal at Leestown Middle School, and 16 years as the principal of Bryan Station Middle School. Following his retirement, he became the state director of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, which later became Advanced Ed, where he helped set standards of excellence for schools across Kentucky. Please help me in welcoming to the stage District 3 Representative, or District 3 Board Member, Tom Jones.
Thank you, Dr. Liggins. I want to confine my comments today to what the building is going to be like, what it's going to be all about. Mr. Murphy referenced a district design team that was working on this project several months ago. That team, it is clear to me, if you have read the program today, has developed plans for a new school that are developmentally appropriate for 12 to 14-year-old students. But the thing that caught my attention about these plans is that it would encourage high levels of student engagement, including opportunities for exploration, collaboration, and innovation within a setting that's very appropriate for this age level. For example, we know that middle school students need to be actively and authentically engaged in their learning, and this new middle school will provide each grade level with a dedicated wing, and within that wing, centrally located maker spaces that will allow teachers to design differentiated learning activities for smaller groups, as well as opportunities for student collaboration in problem solving, researching, creating original products, or actually making things as a way of learning. It will also provide learning labs and outdoor classrooms that will give students the opportunity to explore pathways in engineering, health services, medical, and agricultural science. It will also provide a media center at the very front of the building that will be conveniently located to host meetings and events. The spaces in that media center will also be easily repositioned to provide opportunities for large assemblies, concurrent meetings, classroom collaborations. In addition, every classroom and instructional space in the building will have a flat panel TV that will allow teachers and students to create and share information and learning. Every classroom will be equipped with audio systems, allowing students to clearly hear their teachers regardless of where they are sitting in the room. Wireless access points located throughout the building. The new middle school will offer greater flexibility in supporting early career exposure and experiences, including the pre-academy model that would dovetail with our high school academy approach. We know that middle school students need opportunities to explore other languages, the arts, physical education, technology, as well as to develop practical living skills. This new middle school will provide band and orchestra rooms that are flanked by practice rooms, which are located near the vocal music room. All the performing arts spaces in this new middle school have direct access to a stage, which is strategically placed across the hall from the performing arts classrooms. The building will also provide students access to state-of-the-art consumer life science classrooms and 2 art rooms, one for digital art and the other for visual art such as painting and pottery. We know that middle school students are accustomed to smaller school setting where they are well known by several adults. This new middle school will provide each grade level with its own wing. Think of a school within the school And each of those wings will have an enrollment of about 300 or 400 students. The design supports the grade level team structure that has been around in Fayette County since I was a principal, which we use for curriculum planning and implementation. To further create a smaller school setting, the new middle school will provide each grade level wing with an administrative and counseling office suite, which will be tucked inside each wing, separate from the school-wide administrative offices. Tracy Bruno is here today. I think he was one of the leaders in designing this new school. Everything I read about it is very exciting and adds to the joy that I feel today about the opening of this new school, and for your work and the work of your design team, Mr. Bruno. We are very appreciative. The creation of a new school is a time for celebrating new beginnings. It's a very exciting time for the students and families that live in my district. It's also an exciting time for the new school staff. It's a time for our district to begin to address overcrowding in middle schools that exists pretty much across the district, and to eliminate our reliance on portable or relocatable classrooms that we have at many of our middle schools. I want to take this opportunity to thank our community, and specifically our taxpayers, for their support and their consistency in providing this support to help ensure that Fayette County is a high-quality public school system. I also want to thank Dr. Liggins and our administrative staff, as well as my colleagues on the board, for the leadership and support that they have provided and will continue to provide in the creation of this school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. When this new middle school opens in 2025, a new school community will be formed. While attendance boundaries have not yet been set, we anticipate the new school will draw students from elementary schools nearby. The principal of those 5 schools are with us today to make a special presentation. Please join me in welcoming Dixie Elementary Principal Cynthia Bruno, Liberty Elementary Principal Lisa Kerr, Yates Elementary Principal Liz Kirk, Brenda Cowan Elementary Principal Joshua Williams, and Garrett Morgan Elementary Principal Sarah Woodford to come forward at this time.
Thank you. We are so excited to be here today. The principals that you see up here, we are here because we are going to be sending our 5th graders to this middle school in the fall of 2025. So it's really exciting for us to be a part of this day and just to watch this process. Just want to let you know that the district, if you can see over there, has purchased a tree. It's not just a regular tree, it is a bur oak tree. And it's to add to the landscape design of the school, for the school. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the bur oak tree is the official tree of Lexington. So I think that's very appropriate. Just to let you know about this tree, long ago it has been around for years and years and years. It dominated the prairies throughout the bluegrass. Characteristics of the bur oak tree are it has a huge crown, a spreading crown, and it has giant fringed acorns. And the acorns are the largest of all the North American oak trees that you will find. And the acorns go way back. It's been used to treat several illnesses, maladies, but also used as a food source. So this bur oak tree can reach anywhere from 80 to 100 feet. So it's going to get really big, and they can live over 100 years. So when I read that, I thought it made my heart happy thinking about 100 years from now. I know that makes us all old, but 100 years from now, this tree being here, and Fayette County Public School staff, administrators, students, families, community members taking care of it and knowing the history behind it. So that made me happy. But we're here today to just add to it a little bit. We want to represent and what we're doing represents and influence the students that will have the impact they will have on this school and our community, because the school does have an impact on more than just students and families. It has an impact on the community as well as the community having an impact on our schools. So we have each brought soil from our respective campuses, and we want this soil to represent the students and the families and the community partners that together that we will be able to foster a climate of learning and growth. So this tree, as you know, a tree needs more than just soil. It needs watering, it needs to be fertilized, it needs to be planted in the right place to get enough sunlight. It also needs to be protected from the elements at times. So I'm confident that the district and administration and staff will also fill that role for this tree with the same amount of passion and dedication that the 5 elementary schools here are preparing their students who will enter this middle school in the fall of 2025. So with that, we're gonna take our cylinders of dirt and we're gonna pour it in the pot. So we can get around there.
We will put the Brenda calendar in later.
Thank you.
Thank you, leaders. How appropriate us to choose a burr on a today like today. So that's a little humor there. Joking aside, I love the imaginary. I love the imagery that was just displayed here for our students who will attend school here on Polo Boulevard. Your sentiments as an indicator of how our school, how we do things in general, and it's very exciting to see such leaders take such an approach when we look at new endeavors. It starts 15. You will see, hold on, I'm sorry. Your commitment to addressing the needs of the whole child are reflected in blueprints that include spaces for orchestra, band, chorus, visual arts, digital art, and physical education. This school also takes in the approach for safety, not only by maximizing facility features like secure vestibules, cameras, and door locks, but it also provides space for additional counselors and creating smaller learning communities where we are able to build relationships with students and support their need for social, emotional well-being. I'm excited to share today that the construction of this building, we are also advancing our commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Just last week, we were able to affirm that minority businesses and enterprises have been selected as subcontractors of this project. Our general contractor is Rising Sun Developing. They have been in the construction industry since 1997, but this is the first FCPS project that they bid on. Working with them will be Martina Brothers, Facility Maintenance and Servicing Group, Lexington Contracting, and Elaine Allen, established in 2017 by one of our very own FCPS alums, Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School graduate Bishop Carter IV. We believe this is the first time we have had 4 minority business enterprises awarded a contract on new construction here in FCPS. So how's that for groundbreaking? On that note, let's turn some dirt. I'd like to ask our guest speakers on stage, our present and past board members, our elected officials, and our design steering committee to come forward at this time. Depending on the amount of people here, you may share shovels, but That is quite all right. We'll be digging in the same dirt. Come forward, please.
With the mixture of dirt.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. All right. All of you people who've never gotten your hands dirty. Okay, 15 is crazy for now.